welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing the makeup and books tag, and I originally saw this tag on Mika August channel, but I found the prompts or like the books that you have to talk about on Brittany the Bibliophiles channel, so I don't know who created the tag, but I'm going to be doing it today and I'm so excited. So for the first one, it says primer, and I don't really use primer. I just wash my face before I do my makeup. And it says pick a book that left a lasting impression. So a book that left a lasting impression on me was probably Lester. I have it right here. Lester by Raven Leilani. I love this book. It's about a girl named Edie who is basically obsessed with having sex. I don't know. But it says no one wants what no one wants. Edie is stumbling through her 20s, sharing a subpar apartment in Bushwick, clocking in and out of her admin job, making a series of inappropriate sexual choices. So I just remember reading this book and feeling like, oh my gosh, why is she doing this? Oh my gosh, she's that girl. Like, she's a woman. Like, she's making all these decisions that I wouldn't typically make. But I don't know, it just caught my attention. I had to read it. I think I read it all in one sitting, honestly. It's a pretty short book, and she's this role model for this guy that she's not even really dating, kind of talking to and messing around with, and he has a wife, and they're in this affair that the wife knows about, and it's just like so freaking crazy and strange, and like the atmosphere of the book is just kind of a little bit creepy at times, and it's just like a little bit numb and a little bit like, I just don't know how to describe it. Just go read this book because it's crazy. And then the next is foundation, but I don't really start foundation first when I do my makeup. I do my eyebrows. So let's just skip to eyebrows. A book that you think everyone should read. A book that I think everyone should read. How to Walk Away by, I think, Catherine Center. Don't quote me on it, I'll put a picture. But How to Walk Away was this book about this girl who went on this airplane ride, and she was always afraid of airplanes, and like, this all happens within the first chapter, but the plane crashes, and then we just see her life afterwards. And like, she got engaged, and it like, stuff happened with her and her fiance, and then she meets this new guy, and then it's like her life after the plane crash. And like, I don't want to give too much of it away, but it was just so moving of a story. Like, I feel like even if you can't relate to getting into a plane crash or anything like that, you could relate to like someone picking up the pieces of their life and moving forward, despite how hard that may be, you know? So I really think that's a book that everyone should pick up, and I'm gonna start my eyebrows instead of talking about the book the whole time. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this, but I use any brown, dark brown pencil, like from Walgreens or Dollar Tree. Anything really works for me, even if it's like this is an eyeliner pencil. It's from Wet n Wild Cold Crayon. I don't know. Guess I should tell you guys the products I'm using. Never done this, but it's a cold crayon from Wet n Wild. I use like drugstore brands. I mean, the most expensive makeup I've bought was from MAC, and that was only a couple times. It was a gift first, and then I bought it for myself before when I was working, which I'm not right now. I'm a full-time college student, if you didn't know. My major right now is nursing, and it's always been something that I've been passionate about and wanted to pursue, but I've just been too nervous because I always thought like, oh, this is going to be so hard for me, because I tried to pursue medical assisting before, and taking anatomy was just so hard. You needed a 77% to pass anatomy, and I got a 76, maybe a 75.9, and he decided not to pass me, but he decided to pass someone else that I knew, and it was just, and we had the same exact grade. I made the same exact we made like the same exact grades on the test too, so it was just so crazy. And maybe it just wasn't the right school for me, but now I'm in a university, I'm attending online, and I don't know, it's hard, but I'm getting through it. There's tutoring, and I don't know, I'm just really proud of myself for pursuing what I want instead of like letting fear drive me. So like when I'm doing my eyebrows, back to makeup, when I'm doing my eyebrows, I like to put concealer under. And I know there's a concealer, it says concealer, pick a character you wish you could get rid of. A character I wish I could get rid of, I guess when I was reading A House of Salt and Sorrows, there was so many sisters that I couldn't really keep up, and I was getting some of them confused. I guess I would get rid of, not like kill the sisters because so many were dying already, but I guess like not all of them needed to be added. I mean, there was only one, the main character should have been just the main character, and then her sisters could have been like dying on the side and she's trying to figure it out. But anyways, A House of Salt and Sorrows is kind of like a spooky book. I would recommend it for like fall reads and stuff like that. This girl, her sisters are dying and she's just trying to figure out why. That's really what I got from the book. I read it earlier this year. I'd really recommend reading it. It was so cool, and I was genuinely scared, and I did not expect the twist that happened. Like, thinking about that book, I'm still scared, and I kind of want to reread it for October, but I don't know. My TBR is pretty big. So that was the question for concealer. I'm blind without my glasses, guys. And for concealer, I ordered this one off of Shop Miss A. It was only like $1 or $1.55. It's by AOA Studio Liquid Concealer. Yeah. So what I do normally is I kind of just, I don't know where the brush is, but I'll just like, I'm gonna search for my brush. I'll just put it underneath and blend it out a little bit. Here's the brush. And I'm not saying this is the right way to do makeup. I'm just saying like this is the way I do it, because I know when I posted like, should I do this video on Twitter? A lot of, I was checking to see if it was still recording. A lot of people were like, not a lot of people, but people were like, yeah, do it. And then someone was like, yes, I subscribe to you because of the way you do your makeup and I want to see how you do it. So like, clearly I'm doing this for the one person. This is what I do. And sometimes I mess up, so it's not always perfect. I honestly like the way I did my makeup back in high school more, to be honest, but can't remember. I think that was because I had MAC foundation, or maybe it was the powder that I used, but I just haven't bought that powder. I need to, honestly. Can't remember, but it was like in an orange case. I don't really know. Maybe I'll find it and drop the link down below. And then what I'll do is that I'll blend it out with the beauty blender. This is not even a beauty blender, it's just like a blender that I got from Dollar Tree. Because I used to use Real Techniques, but I honestly can't tell the difference between them. I don't know. But I'll just blend it out and use a spoolie. This is from e.l.f. It's also a eyebrow pencil, but I don't really use it. It's too light for me, I think. I like darker eyebrows. But yeah, I'll use this. And I'll kind of like go back like this. And then I kind of like fade it, I guess. I guess we could go to foundation. Pick your favorite first book in a series. My favorite first book in a series would be City of Brass. I'm trying to read Kingdom of Copper currently, and I just can't get through it. Like, I don't want to have to return it back to the library, but I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I really want to finish the series right now, but the first book was so amazing. Like, if you watch my channel since I first posted, one of my first videos was about City of Brass, and I think the title was I think I fell in love with Dara. That's so funny, but yeah, I just loved everything about the book. It's about this girl who was like she summoned a djinn, and he came and he took her back to this mystical like world where people just do crazy things, and like she's really the last Nahid, and she's a healer, and it was just about their whole adventure, and the book was just so good, and I loved everything about it. And I don't know, I just developed a love for fantasy after reading that book. And going into the second book, I don't know, I guess I was just expecting more of City of Brass type vibes, like more action, but nothing's really been happening so far, and maybe I just need to continue it, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you finished the series, should I continue or not? So for foundation, I use also by Shop Miss A. Normally I've always used Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I'll use this one, but I've been trying out Shop Miss A's AOA Studio Pro Wear Full Coverage Foundation. And I don't know, it to me is similar to Fit Me. Like, I don't really see the difference in my face. And this is only $1.50, and then this one is like $6 or $7, $8 depending where you go. So obviously I'm gonna keep ordering this one online. Where did that blender go? Here it is. So what I do is I just put it on the back of my hand and just dip. And my foundation is done. The next would be, I like to do my eyeshadow next, I guess, and it's Picky Book that has your favorite colors on the cover. I don't know. I guess I'll choose Star Daughter. I like gold a lot, and it's so beautiful. It's about, I don't even know what this is about, but I could read it. It says, if the night sky holds many secrets, it holds Sheetal Mystery's secret the closest, a secret that explains why her hair is the silver of starlight, or why some nights the stars call Sheetal by name. Stars like her mother who returned to her place in the constellation Pusha years ago. Since that day, Sheetal has been forced to hide. But as her 17th birthday draws near, the pull from the sky is growing stronger. So strong that Sheetal loses control, and a flare of starlight burns her human father, an injury only a full star's blood can heal. Sheetal has no choice but to answer the star song and ascend to the sky. So basically she goes back to where her mother is, and that's what I gained from that. But I haven't really read it, but I want to. Maybe I'll read it this month. And such a beautiful cover. And I love it. Eyeshadow. Okay, so I use like a lot of e.l.f. products. I do have other products, but eyeshadows, but I'm just gonna use this for today. And I originally saw this on TikTok, and it's only $3, and I bought it. It's Bite Size Eyeshadow Very Bad. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna take this e.l.f. blending eye brush and put it in this color in this color and just blend. I'm really simple with my eyeshadow. I feel like I used to do like really bright colors and like bright red, dramatic. I don't know, I haven't really been that into that lately. Okay, so mascara says Pick a Long Book. I know that Poppy War was really long to me. It was, how many pages? 527. I'm getting makeup on it. Yeah, it was 527 pages. So that's a really long book. And I've talked about Poppy War so many times on my channel, but it's this story about a girl who wants to get into this school to get away from her family, her foster family, I guess. And she gets into the school, and it's this military academy, and she's like she's not the strongest, she's not the richest, and I don't know, it's just about her journey. And then the second part of the book is about a war that happens. So I think it's really interesting, and I loved it. I read the entire series. I did a whole reading vlog on the last book. Check that out, The Burning God. Check out the book, is coming out pretty soon, and check out my reading vlog if you want to see my reactions, my thoughts, me tearing up over the book, and yes, me fangirling about the book. I guess I could do, I would do eyeliner, but I really don't feel like it. It says pick a dark and mysterious book. A dark and mysterious book. What books have I read that have been dark and mysterious? I guess I'm just gonna say A House of Salt and Sorrows, or I could say, yeah, I'm gonna stick to that one because I'm not really sure. Next I'm gonna do Powder. It says pick your favorite last book in a series. I know I've talked about the Poppy War a lot, but my favorite last book in a series was The Burning God. It's the conclusion of the Poppy War trilogy. It's coming out soon, like I said. I just love the way that it was wrapped up. Not only did it break my heart, bring tears to my eyes, but it just made me happy. It made my soul happy. I love Rin. I love everything about her. Like, getting to read about her always makes my day. Like, I don't know, just I loved it. And for powder, I just use this light medium powder by Elf. I don't know what brand, like what kind it is. It's like a pressed powder. Normally what I'll do is I'll just take the beauty blender and I try to like keep my makeup from rubbing off. Okay, so next I'm going to be doing my blush. I like to use Elf. It's in bright pink. It's so pretty on my skin. And the question is pick a book that has a cringe-worthy romance. And I'm going to choose Queenie. It's by Candace Carty-Williams, and in the book, Queenie's friends with this girl who's dating this guy who she just met, and like, as you read more of the book, it just turns out so cringy and just so stupid even. And like, I know we've all been in those cringy relationships, but this one really irked my nerves. So I'm like, ugh. Definitely cringy, and I knew as soon as I read that, I was like, yes, I have to talk about Queenie in that relationship. And even the relationship that Queenie was in with that man, that was pretty cringy too, because they did not know how to pick men in that book. Like, literally, Queenie did not know how to choose a man. And basically the book is just about Queenie's relationship with men and her overcoming it. It's about depression and basically mental health. Today's Mental Health Awareness Day, so I guess I'll take time to say, like, if you know, if you're struggling with your mental health, it's something that we all have to work on, whether you have a mental illness or not. And like reading Queenie, she talked about it. She went to therapy, and it was one of the first times I read about someone going to therapy in like a fictional book, and I loved it. I just want, you know, to bring that awareness to my channel, and like, if you need help, please like seek it, and or if you know someone who may need help, be like a shoulder to cry on, or someone to lean on. And that's something that I like practice in my daily life, and I really recommend everyone else to practice. It's just like being understanding, being kind, because you never know what someone's going through. And I didn't expect to talk about that in this video, but like, it's something that needed to be said, because mental health is so important and it should be talked about, and it's something that we should discuss as much as possible, because especially with everything going on with COVID, this new election, like, just next one would be, we're gonna end with lipstick, because I don't do contour, and lipstick is your favorite book kiss. I think my favorite book kiss would have to be when in City of Brass, when Nari and Dara kissed for the first time in that cave. Girl, I was like, yes, I was rooting for that relationship. I loved every second of it. I ate that scene up. And then for contour, it says, what book surprised you with how much depth it had? What book surprised me with how much depth it had? I'm gonna think on that one and get back to you after. For lipstick, I like to line my lips with the brown, and then add lip gloss over it. I'm trying to think of books that I've read. And then I'll add lip gloss over it. This is just from LA Colors. It's a lip oil. Got it from Dollar Tree. I like not spending a lot of money on makeup because it's gonna come out how I want it anyways. And I put a lot. The last question that the last book prompt I wanted to answer was, what's the book that had depth in it? And for me, a book that had a lot of depth in it was When We Collided by Emery Lord. She delved into mental illness and what that looks like, a girl who doesn't want to take her medicine and no one really noticing, not even her own mom or boyfriend. And it dives into a love story after she moves to this new town. Her name is Vivi. She moves to this new town and she falls in love with this guy, and it's about their love story and his life as losing a parent, what that looks like. And like, the book was just so amazing. I literally sat there and cried, literally cried my eyes out, because I just could relate to Vivi in so many ways that like I couldn't relate to a character before. And I don't know, just thinking about it makes me want to cry right now, because it just had so much depth in it for me, and I would really recommend it to anyone. So this is the final look. Here's my eyeshadow. Here's the eyebrows, how they turned out. The lips. Thank you for watching.